Oh,
We in the building
we
once
in the building,
again.
y'all. Welcome back to Don't Listen to Me podcast, episode 15. We're going strong. We had such a good time with y'all last week. My name is Lo.
Yeah. My name is Al Nisa. What up, y'all?
What's up? We are sisters from Atlanta, and we just gonna talk. We gonna Popeye-ish, like the
Our
kids say.
regular schmegular talk.
We gonna
This
Popeye-ish. And
talking
hey, y'all,
is.
welcome. Let us know where y'all chiming in from tonight. Hopefully, y'all
Yeah.
have your bottles in your hands because first things first,
First things first.
we're
Ooh, I got a
drinking.
surprise for you tonight. Okay. You got to go first because, whew,
I'm not ready, but okay, you
no,
already
it's
know.
good.
I know that's why I'm not ready. I wasn't. You be surprising me good, and I'm not. I'm not used to that. So this, I still have wine from our
Oh,
winery. This is what is this one? It's called Southern Harvest Concord. Oh my
okay.
gosh,
Yeah, that was
this one was actually like one of my
good.
faves. It's so bright, y'all. I'm
Wasn't that
sorry. I
the
don't know how to do
wasn't that
it.
the one that we had tried for the first time?
I think so.
That
This
was the
isn't.
one that he said was out of stock and they just restocked or something.
Yes, this is. I can't remember if this was one of the sweet ones or it is. I think
I
it's
don't
one of the
remember.
sweet
Was it
ones. I
was it
think this
sweet?
was one of the.
Okay, but it was really good.
Yeah, it's a little sweet. It's a little sweet. So this is what I'm drinking.
Okay,
I
okay.
haven't. I did have a little Jack before we started because I had a long day at work. But it was just
Mmm,
a little bit.
a
So
smidget,
it really was a smidget.
a
So I'm
smidget.
a pour me a full glass of the wine
All
now
right.
for your surprise.
I mean, it's not really a surprise. My surprise is mine's is a mocktail this week.
Oh,
And I'm gonna explain. And I even made a pretty cup. Look, I got the sugar rim with the little
that is
strawberry on the
so
side. And I had
cute.
some frozen real cherries. I just keep them in my I probably have them for a really long time. So what I'm drinking tonight is a sparkling cider. And let me tell you why before we start cheersing, okay? And then this hopefully I can
OMG,
get this
I'm
bottle.
drinking liquor alone tonight.
It's okay. Listen, I got my mocktail. You ain't drinking alone. You just
Okay,
drinking.
okay.
You just
Liquor
your
alone.
percentage is a little more potent
Then
than mine. Okay.
yours. Okay, please in the chat, can you tell me what y'all are drinking?
Who in the chat?
And
We got some people in
hopefully
the
it's
chat.
liquor. It's a couple of folks watching. Just
Hey
just
y'all.
I hope that
Look,
y'all
see, look, got
are.
the little fizz. You see the
That
little
is very
fizz?
cute though. Okay, now
Ooh.
this is cute. That is very you are,
Okay.
why
So,
aren't you drinking liquor?
okay. Disclaimer. I
Okay.
I I had a lot to drink over the weekend, specifically at the celebration.
Heard.
Okay. But that wasn't a deterioration of me being like, oh, you know what? I got too lit and I don't want to drink anymore. This is my last week before I go back to work. I really needed to do some just real meditation and really being in tune with, what I need when I'm in my prayer moments and oh, lemonade.
Hey,
Okay.
in the field. No. Cuz
What? Cousin. Hey, Crystal.
high
What
quality. You know what? I'm not mad at it. Get your high quality H2O.
Mm,
Cuz said it was
thank
your thing was
you.
real cute. It is cute. It
But
is
I
cute.
really have been trying to just focus and detox and
Okay.
really kind of I okay, so I know a lot of people that have been doing the dry January, but I just decided to do a dry week.
Oh, I like that, sis.
A
Okay.
dry week. So I have been dry
Okay.
this whole entire week. And I was thinking about breaking my dryness, but I said, you know what? I'm just gonna make me a cute little mocktail, and
That wasn't that. Yeah, definitely. Stay strong. Maybe I'll try it next week. We'll see. We'll see. Anything's possible.
anything's possible. I go back to work next week, so it's most likely not possible, but anything is possible. So we'll see. So that's why this week I was like, let me just go ahead and get it out.
Yeah,
You know.
low stress.
So
You're at home chilling.
yeah,
Okay, you feel
yeah.
yeah.
So
I get that. I get that.
cheers, cheers to
Cheers
everyone out
and
there,
cheers
sis.
to y'all. Cheers to y'all.
Yes, yes. Ooh, tell me how that tastes. That looks so good. Let me take my little
Oh, it's
strawberry
sweet.
off. It is.
It's good. It's sweet. Brother
My
R in
drink
the
is sweet
building,
too.
y'all.
What up, bro? Drinking. Oh,
Yellowtail
that's B.
Cabernet.
R, that's B.
That is Brother B. My God. I was thinking, I was like, why you drinking that? Because you just
I know.
said
That's why I did a double take. Like, wait a minute.
that's
No, he
Brother
just
B,
told us.
y'all. That's Brother B.
He been on the dry January.
What you drinking,
Hey,
sis?
buddy, what's going on? Buddy been going strong
You
too.
dry January, sis?
Buddy been going
Oh
strong,
snap! I did not know
baby.
that, y'all.
Yes. So
We gotta have
cheers.
a moment like a dry hangout because we cut up too much when
We
we're
do
sober
be.
we cut up. I don't. There's no
It
reason. There's no rhyme or
There's
reason
no
to that.
rhyme or reason. So, but no, thank y'all for joining. We got a good show, good topic tonight.
Y'all, ooh, make sure y'all gonna want to stay for the whole time because we have some things to discuss.
And y'all gonna want to put your input in. Make sure you drop it in the comments because let me tell you something. Y'all gonna have a lot to say. We got a lot to
I
say.
already know.
I know y'all gonna have a lot to
I already
say.
know. But first, before we get into to tonight's topic, we want to just give y'all a update of what we did over the weekend. Nisa kind of touched
Yeah.
on it. We went to our aunt's 70th birthday party. She turned 70
Yeah.
and she looks
Uh,
40. She is so vibrant. Like I can't even believe she
I want to
like
be her when I
70
grow up. I
is
want to be her when
yeah.
I grow up.
If this is 70, all
Yeah.
right. Bring it on, God.
Yeah.
I want
Yeah.
that exact
All
exuberance,
of it.
that energy.
All of
She
it.
looked amazing. She was so beautiful. It was so gorgeous. The
Mm-hmm.
venue, the food.
Oh,
How about y'all? How okay. So let's get into it. How about I come up? Is this can I say this or is
you
this
can.
like okay.
Absolutely. Sure.
So I get
I
to
don't know what you're about to say. I just said absolutely. Like I knew you were
well,
going
oh, before so
to say. Go.
me,
Shoot.
my Nisa, my sister, and brother B in the comments, you can all attest to this. Probably all our cousins and sis, you probably know too. My mom is very frantic when there are like if we're traveling or if there's an
No,
event. She gets
it's the
so
worst.
she gets so
It's the
frantic
worst.
and she projects it onto us. So
Everybody.
she spent the night at Nisa's house and I had things to do, you know, so I was like, okay, I'm going. Nisa lives far. So I it took me a while to get there. I was like, I'm on the way, get to Nisa's. They are cooking. And I was like, wait, why y'all are cooking? Y'all are cooking for 100 people event, smothered chicken, green beans, mashed potatoes, what else?
Pasta.
Pasta. They are cooking like catering for the event. And I was like,
We just had a little
I
small
literally,
part. Just a small part. Everybody
yeah,
listen. That's what family is.
everyone chipped, we all
Everybody.
chipped in and
Yep.
it was professional, let me tell you. But I immediately was thinking, like, okay, I don't know how Nisa's doing because if mom didn't just spend the night, y'all had to actually cater the event. this is she might need a little reinforcement. So sis, I didn't know how I could assist. I
Listen.
was just trying to make jokes like on the car
Let
ride.
this you that's why you're my sister. Because I was so aggravated. I was like, Jesus be a that's probably why I got so drunk. That's why I got so drunk. Come on, mama was stressing me out.
Yo,
Yeah, stressed me out so bad. I love her. I love her, but Lord
yeah,
Jesus, she stressed me out so bad. And
yeah.
Lauren was in the back seat. She kept saying, y'all heard this new song. Oh, every time I hear
Beans,
this
greens,
song,
potatoes, tomatoes.
that's
Yeah,
it. That was it. You name it. That's what we had. But no,
literally.
it turned out to be amazing. We had such a good time. Let me tell you how you know you had a good time. When you go through your phone and you ain't got no pictures. I got a video of Lauren. That's about it.
Y'all. I had
She's out
way
of
too good of a
control.
time, y'all. When I tell you, well, first of all, our big cousin, he was going around trying to like pour the champagne.
Oh
He
my
kept
God,
coming
he
around with the
was.
bottles of Moet, like I got that good stuff. I got the good stuff. He was to the point where at one point he's pouring it directly into people's
Down
mouths.
our, yes.
You know, I'm having a good time when I'm down to the dance floor with my cup, dancing by myself. I ain't got a drink. I was just with
My
my
drink
cup.
and my two-step, my drink
I
and my
couldn't put the
two-step.
cup down though. You
And
know what I'm saying?
needless
It
to
was so
say,
fun.
it was a hoot. And we had a time. We had a time.
It was so fun. It was so fun.
Oh, we ain't gonna leave Mama Rose alone because woo Jesus, I was sweating bullets. I even to the point where I even told her, I said, I have no, and I'm gonna shout out April's place on this right quick because I literally
Oh, is
said,
this our cousin? That I think this our cousin. Okay. I was wondering who that was. I know who that is.
oh, okay. You
Hey,
know who that is?
cuz. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay. But
yeah.
listen, I shout out to April because her mom cook alongside of each other. And I literally in it while we were cooking, and mom had got on my nerves so bad to the point where I said we could not be have any kind of restaurant, nothing that has to deal with cooking where we have to be in the kitchen every day. I said we would literally have to have a camera crew walk around because it would be a comedy show. And I told
Yeah.
her, and I said they would be like, all needs to do was cuss all day long. Yeah, because she stressed me out. I could not do it. But needless to say, everything worked out. And then
So
at the
good.
end, afterwards, mama be acting like she been a perfect angel.
Oh my gosh. That's that Leo in her.
She like, oh, it was
Girl.
such a
Oh,
great event.
look.
Thank y'all
Just tell
so
tell the
much.
truth behind the curtains. Girl, they are awful in the kitchen.
I cannot even I can if I when we are cooking together, Thanksgiving, Christmas, any event, I am like, Lord Jesus, be a fence.
That's
I
why
literally have to do my kumbayas before.
yeah, I think that's why it's fun that we have in our little cook-offs. Well, then mom had an
Yes.
idea to have a cook-off for something else recently
Yeah,
or
we
coming
have
up.
one upcoming.
We have one, and I'm like, that can make it more fun to where we're not like
It's such a stressful,
stressful. Because
yes,
it honestly, cooking can be fun, especially cooking with mom and you, because
yeah,
y'all know how to cook. So y'all are such great cooks. So it's like, man,
mm.
it's better to just make it
Let's
fun.
make
And
it
it's like, oh,
fun,
let's just do it all together, not take it too
playful.
serious. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just fun.
yeah. I'm excited
It
about the
sure
cook
was
off.
worth it.
Oh,
It was so
thanks,
delicious.
cause
It was
everything
so
was so good. I mean, that jerk chicken our cousin made.
yay.
Woo, just shout out to
Woo.
that jerk chicken. But anyway, we don't want to spend too much time on that.
But
Moving
okay,
right
before
along. Okay,
I
yeah.
just want to say one more highlight. The bartender, she, who, I didn't even get her contact or nothing, but she made some real
That's
good drinks.
and strong. That's why I was, hoo
Hmm. They were so good.
They
Like,
were
but they were
good.
like,
She had the smoky drinks, the
yeah,
dry. Yeah,
it was
it was
just
lit.
nice.
It
It was
was
nice.
litty.
It was nice. It was overall just such a good time to be celebrating something life.
Yes, yes.
Celebrating life with our
Life.
family. Our little cousins were there. I mean, I'm like, oh, this is just,
Yes.
it
Them
was good. It
babies.
was
It was
good.
great. But yes, so happy birthday again. I went over to her house yesterday actually. She's a shopaholic. I'm telling y'all, I want to
You
be her when
did.
I
You
grow
went
up.
over
And she literally gave me like 15 pair of
there.
name brand
What?
heels, like literally at least 15. I walked out with 2 big bags of name brand shoes.
That's
So
hilarious.
she's my idol
Shout
either
out
way.
to you, Auntie. We love
Shout
you.
out
We're
to
so
you.
glad
Love
that
you.
we got
Happy
to
birthday.
celebrate. Yeah, happy
Absolutely.
birthday. Okay,
All right,
y'all.
you want to get into
So
it? Y'all
yeah,
ready?
we are gonna get into it. I hope that you all are ready. So Nisa sent me this clip earlier today. We're gonna all watch it as a family. All
Yeah.
right, y'all ready? We're gonna watch the clip.
Prepare your
Is
hearts and minds.
prepare your hearts and mind. Apparently, it was a conversation on the Breakfast Club with I guess their Nisa said they're trying out new hosts since Angela
Hmm.
Yee is gone.
Or
So
just
to
guest host for right now.
guest hosts, they're trying out guest hosts, and or they're just having guest hosts and
Having guest host.
Lala. Anthony is the guest host that was on this particular segment. Nisa sent it to me today, but I haven't actually watched it. So we all gonna be watching it together. I don't know if you
Real
all have
time.
seen it, but here we go. Let's see what's going on.
She was on fire. I don't know why.
Yeah,
she came in at 6:00 this morning. Was on fire. She was like, "I have something I want to talk today on air." So I'm gonna let her go.
Say F marriage.
Yeah.
Like,
So
whoa.
I was talking about. I feel like currently marriage is not a goal for people. I don't hear people who aren't married saying like, I want to get married. You just start hearing it less and less. Like before that was a goal, like before social media and just the way people interact now. I'm not in conversations with people who are talking about like, I can't wait to meet someone and get married. Now people say, yeah, I want to meet somebody, be in a relationship, have this bond, but I don't need the marriage piece to feel like it's successful. And most, I'm not saying all, be careful with my words, most married people that I know are miserable and not happy and don't want to be married. They would prefer to be single. And what's happening is people look at the stats and they say, oh, well, divorce rates are going down. But the issue is less people are getting married. People don't want to get married.
Now, Lali,
Okay, we just gonna leave it at that.
Loaded. Listen, don't listen to us, but don't get in trouble with your spouses at home, okay?
Okay.
Your comments will be on the internet and searchable. So
yeah,
tread lightly.
For this. Okay, I wasn't ready for this, and this must be in the ether because I definitely wanted to discuss this. This is crazy that there was this clip came out. Okay, I got to get my heart and my mind together. So, sis, can you just chime in real quick?
Okay.
Sis said.
Buddy, stay.
Oh, 80% right. She's
we got comments coming. We ain't even said nothing
yet. 80% right. Okay, you know what?
Let's deal with the 20% then. No, seriously. I think that is such a very loaded statement. But let me just say this. There are a few things that come to mind when I think of that, right? Because I will say that I do have a lot of single. First of all, I ain't been married myself, but for almost going on 3 years, right? 95% right? Oh, we about to get into it. Okay, so there are a few things on my mind, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna just pop up the comments, but we don't have, I don't know.
Okay, no. I got you. As someone who was single for a very long time, and there are two sides to this, but let me deal with Lala's, her saying this directly.
Yeah,
I think that first of all, she's in a different of a different caliber, a different friend group, because all of them are millionaires, billionaires, and maybe they ain't working on dual incomes. I appreciate a dual income. Okay, now let's get that for let's start with that. I appreciate a dual income. Okay, now she's rich. Maybe her clientele of people have a different perspective because they really out here like rich. They ain't gotta worry or want for anything. So just adding a significant other, it has to be, to me, I think it has to be really, really like you gotta love you infatuated, you over the hills and through the woods, and I love your dirty draws. Not saying that we as commoners aren't that way.
The poors,
but I think there's a different level because they're like Oprah Winfrey. She been with that man forever, and she ain't thinking about marriage.
Valid.
She don't. So it's a difference between those that don't want for anything, in my opinion, and just regular common people that are living their everyday life. Now, of course, there are people that I feel like, rich people that do get married because they actually love it. And I don't think that everybody that's married, or most people that are married, let me say this. Let me back up. I do think that there are some people in marriages that maybe want to be single, but more so, I think that there are times in your marriage where just because you're in a state right then and there where y'all working through some things, or you don't like this person right now, but you still love this person and you want to be with this person. It's not that you want to be single, but marriage be
You're gonna have to come
hard.
back to this comment because I got something to say to that. That's a good
Marriage
point.
be I didn't read it. Marriage be hard. Like, it is hard work. It is not for the weak at heart. It is not for the faint. You are not going to breeze through marriage. And anybody that says that, they're lying, or
They
they're
are
just
lying.
living their own life, and you get to do what you want to do, and you get to do what I
No,
get to
they're
do what I want
lying.
to
They're
do.
lying. They're lying. Or their definition of hard is just something that is different than what we're talking about. Marriage is effort,
True.
like constant. Like
Continuous.
it never stops. You do not get to not put in effort ever. In
Never.
order for it to be healthy, you could not put in effort,
And
but
it
one
won't be
person most
healthy,
likely will be miserable.
or it's going to fail,
It's
it's
hard
going to
work. That
it's
is the
hard work. That's just
not
a
hard,
simple.
not just work. It is hard work. You're right, sis.
Yeah.
Good one.
Okay. So you have to show
Yeah.
up every day. So you tell me a little bit of your thoughts, and we can continue talking.
Hold on.
If you are
in it, yeah.
easy. Something is
Okay.
absolutely wrong.
Yeah. Okay. So to Lala's point, I actually am a commoner, and I agree with her.
What?
I do agree with her. I do. And it might be a generational thing, because I think that even though I'm an older millennial, I'm still like right in the sweet spot, and I am considered a millennial. I think you are right just at the end of what Gen X. What was your something like that?
Yeah, Gen X.
Gen X. You're right there with Gen X.
They changed
And
it recently, so I got to think about it. They did.
it's the one right before millennials.
Yeah.
So your generation, and I think with your generation, the generation right before millennials, right there where I think y'all still have a lot more belief in tradition than millennials. Like, you all believe it's important to purchase a home. Like, home ownership is really important to your generation. I think having family, it is important. Marriage and stability, like financial stability. I think for millennials, I want to buy a home, but more than that, I would love to live in a lot of different places. I would love to live in a lot of different countries and not have any ties to any place where it's like I have to be here because this is where I live, or this is where my kids' schools are at, and I want them to have consistency. If I ever am blessed to have children, I would love to take them on the world tour. We a family of nomads. We about to be out here.
That's interesting. You know what?
So I think.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, but I want to know, what do you think? Do you think you would think differently if you did have kids
right now?
And you were single about what? And you were about marriage. Like, if you were single, like if you were single, a single mom, and do you think that you would still be like, marriage just isn't for me? Or do you think that would be a factor?
I personally don't think that marriage is or isn't for me. I would be open to getting married. I would be open to not being married. I don't
think that most people want to be married.
I don't. What I was hearing Lala say was people aren't aspiring to it like they were. Yeah, it's not the goal in a relationship. So if I end up meeting a great guy and I love him, he loves me, we have all of the healthy parts of a healthy working relationship. Yeah. I don't see myself putting pressure on him to be like, okay, now we have to get married. And I also don't see myself turning him down if he was like, I want to marry you. I feel like I could go either way. And maybe part of it from my personal thing is because I have been married. Yeah. So I've done that before, and I loved it. You know, the
Yeah.
parts that worked. It was I enjoyed some of the parts. Overall,
Yeah.
you know, it didn't work for me, but that's not to say that it couldn't work, you know, with someone else. And I feel like I'm someone different too because
Mhm.
of the
Yeah.
relationship
What
and
you?
all of the other
Yeah.
experiences that I've had. So as a new person meeting someone new, sure, it could work, but I don't know if I go into it thinking, yeah, okay, this is the goal is to marry this
Mhm.
person. I feel like sometimes, and I feel like I'm
Yeah.
around a lot of my friends. They're not like, oh yeah. Some of
Mhm.
them who are in great
Press.
relationships, they're like, I love this person. You know, I could have a
Mhm.
family. You know, we could do all of these great things, but no, we don't really have to get married. I don't
No,
know
I
if it's one of
respect that.
those things where it's like I really don't know what it is. Maybe there could be a spiritual component to it. There could be a lot of pain and trauma. It could be a
Yeah.
whole mosh posh of all of those things, but it is
Yeah. I
and
don't think
I
it's the right or wrong
I
answer
don't think
though. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? I was going to say that, sis, because you've been married before.
yeah, I
And
think
that was
so.
actually that was actually one of the next questions I was going to ask you specifically because I saw a completely different interview that Lala had. Excuse me. And before this, and she specifically talked about how she would never get married again. So I was going to ask you if you
Yeah.
felt because you've been married, you've been there, you've done that was enough for you. And that's what she said in that interview. She was like, "No, I don't want to be married again." She was like, "If I find someone, great. But because what she say? Because if I get divorced, especially at my age, baby, I'm in the
Okay.
I'm not gonna read that out loud. I
I
shouldn't have
probably
read that
should have
out loud.
highlighted that.
No,
I'm not gonna even she commented again, but I'll tell you what
sorry.
she said offline. I'm
Sorry.
not gonna
Sorry to your husband. Sorry to your
But
husband. We didn't mean for that to happen.
I do think that there is a little bit of a difference with me because I don't have kids and I would love to have kids. I plan on having
Okay.
kids whether I have them biologically. I do plan on adopting. So even though I have been married, I don't feel
Right.
like I've ever had my own family. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I got
So
what you're saying.
it's like I don't know, it's like one of those things where I am open to not being married again. I mean, and I think part of it too is because it sounds like a crazy thing because I grew up in church and you know, you ain't supposed to be doing things without being married. And it's like, that's true. That is true. And I agree with that. I agree with that. I'm just being honest. Like right
Yeah.
now, today, this is how I feel. But when I first got divorced, and I'm still technically newly divorced, it's just been a few years, under 5 years I've been divorced. When I first got divorced, I was like,
You were like, I'm not doing this no more.
absolutely never,
Uh-huh.
ever,
Uh-huh.
ever again. And now I'm coming around to being like, well,
It's
if
a
it was the right
possibility,
part,
maybe.
it could
Yeah.
happen. I'm open to it. But I
Yeah.
guess to sum it up, I do think that there are a lot of parts to it. And I do want to speak specifically to her saying a lot of the married people that she knows are miserable. That is such a crazy, like, I don't know if the word is dichotomy, but a crazy thing to see when you like zoom out. Because I remember when I was married, there were a couple of friends that I had who were going through a divorce
Mm.
around my exact age. They were going through a divorce, and as soon as they got divorced, they got right into other
And that,
relationships. And
yeah.
I was still married at the time, and I was like, oh,
That
they
doesn't make
crazy.
any sense. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
In my married brain, I'm like, do you know what I would be doing with that
You
freedom?
what buddy say? Out in these streets,
When
baby.
I tell you, I was like, y'all playing, y'all shooting the back, what they call it? Y'all swimming back. No, y'all hustling backwards. Y'all hustling backwards. Like, really? You just got free? You got your freedom papers, baby?
Freedom.
You
And you
got
out
your freedom
here
and you in another
locked
relationship?
down?
Like
Crazy.
what? And so ask me what I've been doing. When I got divorced, what I said I wouldn't do.
What you been
I
doing?
said you're not.
What buddy say? What buddy
One
say?
thing's for certain, two things for sure. I'm a go on ahead and be single. I'm gonna go ahead and dip a toe
You gotta
all the
soak
way
that
10
up.
toes. I got to soak it up,
You gotta
and
soak
that's
that up before
y'all. That
you
is
even understand if you truly, really do want to eventually be married
you
again.
think so? They must have already been with the other person. I don't
You know
know.
what? That is a thought, though. That could be
That
some
could
case.
be. That could in some cases that definitely could be. I don't think with the girls that I knew specifically that was the case. I think it was just I don't want to be alone.
The circumstance
And
after, but
I
that's
don't
the
fell in
thing.
a situation.
After you get out of one thing and you're like, okay, you're used to being with someone and someone else. Listen, when let me tell you
That's
something.
true.
When you out in these streets and you single, they're gonna be coming. They're gonna be coming. They're gonna be coming. Okay. And so if you just hold on to the first one to give you some little bit of attention and you feel like they treated you a little better than the other one that you just got rid of,
That's so true.
then you might just hang on to them for a little while
Yeah. And
instead of
that
just taking your time and
exploring and just being letting it breathe for a minute. That is so true. And that's not to say me as a single woman, I definitely have moments where I'm like, dang, I can't
you
reach
want some
that. Dang, I can't open that jar.
you
Like,
want
dang,
somebody to you want
I want a
somebody to
hug.
cook you spaghetti, have you
I
spaghetti cook when you
dang, I
come
wish I had
home.
spaghetti when I came
Yeah,
home, or somebody to watch this TV show with, or somebody to make travel plans with. A
right.
person to rely on, or my tire bust out. Not that I don't have anyone to call because I have plenty of people that can help me, but
Right.
just someone
But
who,
just that reliability.
yeah,
Yeah,
that definite, and I've experienced that before. So
right.
to not
And you
have
know
it,
how that feels. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it definitely takes some getting used to. But honestly, even when I'm dating someone that I might really like, and I'm like, oh, this maybe this is could go somewhere. I could see something,
Hmm.
really potentially flourishing or
Blossoming.
something
Yeah.
blossoming with this person, and then it doesn't work out. I really have to remind myself, like, oh, it's a lot of fish in the sea. And sure enough, just like Dory,
Just
my
like that.
attention go right right to the next person that buy me chocolate and flowers. I'm like, oh, hey,
I ain't even
you
know you was over there.
cute. Okay, right.
No, what
So,
are some of the comments that I want to talk about? You
okay,
said one of the comments you said you were going to get back to.
let me scroll back up here because I think this is our cousin that said this. I say this all in so not in this exact way. So not cuz says 95% of women want the same, 15% of men. The other 85% of men want a wife. Almost all of my single men friends want to be married. This is what they're not
What?
talking about. I 100% agree. I 100. How do you feel about this, sis? I 100%
Really?
agree. I think this is true. In
So
my
I know for
experience, I think
me,
this is
I
true.
know. Okay, this is we're gonna talk about this in brief moment. Hopefully, we'll get to it. But for example, I'm going to a wedding soon, and majority of my sister circle, who I grew up with, who I've been friends with for a really long time, out of how many is it? 7 of us, 8 of us. Only 2 of us are married, and everyone else is single. So not being able to, a lot of our girlfriends are like, oh, I don't have a plus one. I wish I had, a spouse or a husband so that I could, you know, and even with for me and my husband, it's cool to be able to hang out with other married people who are like-minded because again, majority of my girlfriends are single, but that doesn't necessarily outside of my family, I can't just be out here hanging with my single girlfriends all the time like I used to when I was not married. And so, but I don't have a lot of married friends. I hang with the same married people. My cousin, who live not around right around the corner, buddy. I hang around with the same married people, So I wish that my single friends who really, really want to be married, I want them to be married. But I
Do you
I
feel
don't
like
have any friends that
why
don't
can't
want to be married.
okay? Why
I
can't you
don't.
hang out with your single?
No,
Why
I'm not
can't you?
saying I
Not
can't
can't,
hang
but
out.
why don't you? Why do you feel like whatever it is, the feeling is like, oh, I probably
No,
shouldn't hang out with.
not that. I feel like when I want to be able to hang out with my spouse, like if I want to go out to dinner and I'm like, oh, let's go out to dinner.
I see.
I'm not going out to dinner with me, my husband,
And
and
your 7
my single
girlfriends.
friends. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I got
but
you.
I have, I have,
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
brought my single friend to the Halloween party. Like, but
Mhm.
the
Mhm.
point is, I want to be able to hang with my married friends, but I also want to be able to hang with my single friends and them not feel left out because they know, hey, even if it's all the girlfriends who are single coming, we know Nisa probably gonna bring her husband if it's just our date night. Say it's our specific date night, and oh, guess what? Somebody said they have an outing on our particular date night. Well, if men are invited, guess who's coming along? I don't
Mhm.
want you to feel no kind of way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I do have moments where I need to be just with my girlfriends, even if they're single or married. I mean, that's important. I gotta have that
Yeah.
away time from my spouse for my sanity and for everyone else's sanity.
100% true. 100% true. I really do think that there is something to be said about us. It's just like the human condition to think that the grass is greener on the other side, but really,
That's
the grass is just greener where you water it. I'm single right now.
mm,
I have, I'm blessed. I have a lot of love, a lot of support in my life. Um, you're married right now. You were single. You know what it was like to be a single mother. Now you have the support of a husband. You have not
yeah,
only the support of your family and your girlfriends and everyone that loves
and
you, but now you have a
exactly.
consistent, you have a husband who is on your same side, who is fighting for the same things as you, who is
Yeah.
like motivating you to achieve your goals. And
Mhm.
ultimately, I do believe that marriage gives is like our look. I ain't look. I'm not as close, Bible thumping, scripture toting as I probably could be, should be, but I do believe that marriage is God's way of showing the relationship between Jesus and the church and
Mm.
here on earth. Like I think that it
Mhm.
is our opportunity to show God, like, okay, we understand the importance of our relationship with you. We're able to mimic it and try our best to replicate it with this partner that you've given us. So I don't know.
Yeah, no,
Um,
that's good, sis. And interesting enough, when you were married, I was single. When now that
yes.
I'm married, you're single. But we still find that quality. We're always together. We find that quality time to be just us, even with the buddies. Like that was one of the first things my husband said when we even started dating. He was like, "Man, you and your girlfriends are really, really close," and that's a blessing. You need that circle of not just friendships, but your spouse as well. And that is a forever plus one. My husband is my forever plus one. That's how
Yeah.
I like to put it. But he doesn't always have to be my plus one. Sometimes you're my plus one, baby.
And that's true.
Yeah.
And you know what? And I had been having a conversation with God recently. Like, I don't know why this came to mind, but we again, not to, I don't want to damper the mood, but we've been grieving here recently, and our my best friend, it was her sister who passed. My best friend is also our first cousin, so we kind of grew up like really honestly like sibling
Sisters.
cousins.
Yeah.
So, and we are best friends to this day, and she's been single for a while. And I was thinking, like, God, why would you not like let her have someone to like help walk her
Mm,
through this devastating time in her life? Like, and then I was thinking about another really close friend of mine who lost their parent earlier last year,
mm-hmm.
and they
Mm-hmm.
had a partner like that. They had just found love, and they had a partner to kind of help walk them through that. And their relationship is thriving and everything. And I don't know, it made me just think like, God, why wouldn't you let her have someone? And then we literally had a conversation where she was telling me, she was like, yeah, i don't I don't think anybody, basically, like, I don't think anybody could have better supported me than you, than than your
Oh.
sister, than our friends. And she was like, I sometimes am like, I don't know how people don't have friends like how we have. Like, they we our
That's a
my
whole nother topic.
it was one of the things where I was like, friends can be soulmates too. Because even though I was questioning God, like,
Soulmates.
God, why didn't you give her a partner to walk?
Yeah.
I'm her cousin and her best friend, and I think sometimes
Mhm.
we just automatically think, oh, you need a romantic partner,
Right.
or that's what I was thinking.
Right.
I was thinking
No,
like, oh, she should have had a
absolutely.
boyfriend or a husband to help her with
Yeah.
this, but no, she has me, and
And God knew
I am
exactly
in
what
it,
she
and I'm
needed.
committed to supporting her, and she
Yeah.
has you, and she has all of us. You know what
Her
I'm saying? And
siblings and
her
yeah.
siblings, her mom, she has so much love, so much support that she doesn't have to
Mhm.
question, that she doesn't have to
Right.
second guess. And honestly, when you are single, I think you're able to be way more selfish. So
Yeah.
if you're going
That's
through
true.
something and you don't have it in you to invest in this relationship right now, it's okay.
Absolutely.
Because could you imagine if
Absolutely.
she would have had a partner and they were
Yeah.
having something going on and they needed her to pour into them,
Mhm.
it would have just been
I don't have nothing to pour into me. How am I pouring into you?
how. So I do think that there
Yeah.
definitely is pros
Pros and
to
cons.
both. There's pros and cons to
Absolutely.
both. There
Absolutely.
you can do so much while you're single. I mean, just
Yeah.
produce. You can be selfish, you can give yourself everything that a lot of things that you need.
Mhm.
And you know what I'm saying? I was just like, bro, I think that yeah, I really do want to make sure that I'm being conscious of this time, because I know that I'm not going to be single forever. I mean,
Okay,
come
you
on.
know that. Come on now. You
No,
better tell them. Listen, I
no,
just
because I
told you
don't
this.
want to be. But oh, this is what I want. I actually want to give my comment on this 85% of dudes want to be married. Okay, real quick. I don't want to spend too much time, but
Go.
in my experience with dating, I've been having a good time dating responsibly, not doing nothing. I ain't out here now, so
You
don't
ain't
get it
out here
twisted.
out
But
here.
I have been having a good time, no commitment, just
Yeah.
dating, having a good time, honest, not trying to be no pain. I'm not a player. I
I
just
don't
cuss a
wanna
lot.
let
You know
it all.
what I'm saying? So I think that out of like all of the guys that I've dated, which I sound like a player. Do I sound like a
You
player? I sound like a little
I
bit of a
mean,
player.
hey, call it like you
Okay.
see it, baby. Come on,
Okay.
somebody.
No. Okay. Enough, love. Enough of the shenanigans. But no, in my dating experience, and I'm dating age appropriate guys, mid 30s. I dated a little 2 years younger than me one time. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, milk. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm
Nisa!
kidding. I'm kidding. That was rough. That was rough.
That was a tough
Maybe a
one.
cougar. Cougar.
Yeah,
That's what I was going for.
I think that
Cougar.
I'm not a mother, first and foremost. Jesus. Y'all, she need to go back to
Me
children's
bad.
church.
Don't listen to me.
um, don't be listening to her. Okay, but what I'm getting at is all of the guys that I've ever dated are like, oh yeah, I want to be married. I want to have kids. Like I
Wow.
want to be a husband. I want to be a provider. And I've told some of my friends, like, girl, I think you thinking about the wrong things. Like, he cute, his beard flourishing. Girl, no. Do he own a house? Do he got three baby mama? Like, how many
What?
baby mamas he
What's his
got? Like,
credit score?
what's his
Okay.
job? Like, has he paid taxes
Yeah.
over the last several
Yeah.
years? Like,
Does he have a
what?
passport?
Show me the passport, baby. Okay.
Yeah. I
Okay, no, but seriously, like these are the things that I'd be like, girl,
don't know.
okay.
Yeah.
When cousin's saying 85% of men want to be married, but women only want 15% of the men, that's true.
Oh,
It'd be silly things like, oh, he
Jesus.
got to be over 6 feet. I'm not over 6 feet. Now, if you cool with me being taller than you with heels, baby, and you and you respect me, you funny, we have fun together, you make me
Folks
feel
is
safe.
out of
you-
control. This is
Girl,
funny that you say
that's
that because
crazy. That's
not to cut you off,
crazy.
but a
No, you
lady
good.
called in and was saying about this topic about what Lala was talking about. A lady called in and was like, no, women still want to be married. That's still the goal. She's like, but I'm just very specific. I have to have a man that's like over 6'2". She was going on and on and on.
Honey,
And Charlamagne the
really?
God, look, Charlamagne the God was like, he said, the Lord just spoke to me and told me you missing your blessing because you got a 5'5" man out there waiting to treat you like the queen that you are. Come
Period.
on, somebody.
And it's
Stop
true.
Stop it with
It's
these
true
shenanigans.
though, girl. It be so silly. I'm like,
But
no judgment, no judgment, no judgment.
but
But
let's be clear though.
mm,
There are standards and there are
for sure.
real life, like these are non-negotiables. Like
Yeah.
you can't be a criminal. You know what I'm saying? You can't be a con artist. Like
Come on, bro.
stuff like that. But-
Yeah.
But your height, your weight, your size, you know, even how much money you have. If you hard working, you go down to the job every day and you bring home good money and you bringing it back home and you ain't spending it and you ain't gambling it and you ain't doing much nonsense tricking it off. Come on now.
What the problem is?
What the
I
problem
don't be getting
is.
it. I was even one of the guys that so I was talking to this
Social
guy.
media, that's the problem.
It's all it always. I was talking to this one guy and he was like, so if I made like say like he gave a crazy number, like so if I made like $18,000 a year, would you still, would you still like me? I was like, if you still have the same work ethic, like you go to work every day. And you in school right now, like you have a plan for your future. I was like, so yeah,
A solid plan.
If you were making an effort to do something and you weren't just lazy, that's just me myself
If you
personally.
weren't lazy,
because
yeah.
I am. Some women could date the 18,000 making man and not have, and he don't have to be. Some women probably could. Me myself personally, that is what I'm attracted to because. That's the man in my life. Even though they might not have everything, what they got is a hustle.
Exactly.
That, to me, I respect no matter what your gender is. If you got a hustle,
absolutely,
I'm gonna respect you. Even if it's a woman, it's like, girl, oh, my lights about to get cut off. Da, da, da. Do you know how to braid hair? Like, do you know how to paint fingernails? Do you know how to babysit? Like, Uber. I can't. It's hard for me to respect anybody that don't have no hustle and you got things pending. So I'm like, yeah, I could totally date you because guess what? Right now, what I'm doing is hustling. I'm rebuilding after, my life changed. So I'm not in 5 years, if a dude looking at me because I'm a supervisor at Delta and, I'm still working on my degree and he like counts me out. Okay, that's fine. That's fair. But in 5 years, that's not. I'm not gonna be where I'm at now, and where I'm at now is in a pretty great place. But I will be even further in 5 years. So I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? Oh,
any more comments?
They don't want a husband. They want a man to show off that is better than yarn. Now, this the cousin that I think it is. We drop that mic. You getting the link because we got to talk about it. This is good. That's real.
We just got to have you on the show at next time we talk about this.
Next week. Anyway, do you want comments? No, that was the last one. Do you want to move on to the next? To skip the next thing we had, or
I mean, really, this all goes into it. I mean, I guess we'll skip to the last one and I'm just gonna, talk about a scenario that I know without trying to give away too much. But I have a friend who, as I stated earlier, who's getting married, and she only gave plus ones to her friends that were married and not the friends that just had, boyfriends, because, weddings aren't cheap. They're like $100 a plate. And people were really getting mad because they weren't able to get this plus one. And I know you have some experience because it was hell planning your wedding. I think the easiest wedding, which the only reason it was easy was because I got married during the pandemic, like literally 2 months after the pandemic, and it was in my backyard, and it was only family and a very few select close friends. But it was less than 30 people, and we literally planned it in like a month's time, less than a month. But otherwise, before that happened, I was into like panic mode, like, oh, I don't know how I'm gonna be able to do this, because you gotta try to figure out first of all, this is my thing. the goal is not to get married. The goal is to stay married. So at the end of the day, it shouldn't be about how many guests I bring or how many people come to my wedding to whether it's going to be a success or not. I got to make sure my marriage is intact before, during, all of that. So you tell me your thoughts on, what do you think about the +1 thing that I just talked about? The people that are upset about not being able. They're invited. They're just not able to bring up.
Disinvite them. Disinvite them. Disinvite them.
A whole cheer, huh?
Yes. Ain't nobody got. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
That people would be mad. Is that
This is
weird?
silly.
But did you experience that?
Yes, girl. Mm-hmm. But you know
Like,
what?
I know you can't bring everybody that you know on the face of the earth. Like, that's unless everybody want to pay for their own wedding, like that one girl did. She made everybody pay for their plate at the wedding. Now that's an option.
Consider that, okay?
Truth be told, women can be hellish and
And demanding. I mean, so can everybody. Everybody can be, but I see what you're getting at for sure. We definitely have this, it's mostly women that get tagged with that, specifically around weddings and stuff. But I guess I will talk from like my experience. I initially wanted a destination wedding to avoid all of the do. It's just like, okay, it's going to be 20, 30 people and we just have a fun vacation and we get married. It'll be fun. It'll be low key, chilled, whatever. That was my first mistake, thinking that it was my wedding. That was my first mistake.
It was everybody else's wedding.
It was everybody else's wedding. And even when we ended up having it in Georgia, my ex-husband at the time had his family was from another state. So it was a whole thing trying to get them to Georgia. So it really was more like we have to accommodate the family of his that wants to come because they're making like the biggest sacrifice. They have to get transportation here. They have to get hotels, do everything on their own. Whereas my family, we here, this where we at, you know what I'm saying? So it was a whole thing. I feel like, do you think that I was a bridezilla?
Mom thought that you were a bridezilla, but I think she was a bride to
mother of the bridezilla.
Mother of the bridezilla, yeah.
Well, yeah, because we talked about this earlier. Mom gets frantic and she gets very anxious.
About this.
I know that I am kind of just like matter of fact, and I'm not having this conversation with you. I'm paying for it. So if you want to, I remember having that conversation. Mom wanted me to do something, I think have like more food. I was like, well, I'm paying for the food, so this is what I'm paying for. You are more than welcome to kick in and pay for the more food. And she did. So maybe she wasn't expecting me to just say like, hey, you can pay for it. But she did. So I didn't think I was a bridezilla. I felt like I was a budget bride. Like, look, I made the programs. I paid for, my dress. I mean, it was a lot of, we paid for the wedding on our own. We didn't, we got a lot of help from family and friends and loved ones to like, help out. But that's just my personality. Like I'm not about to just be like,
do it just because that's the trend or that's what everybody expects.
Especially if it's gonna put me at like
in a position
deficit. Like I'm gonna be at a deficit to accommodate this. No. You can kick in though. You can kick in.
No. You know what? But that's good. And I didn't want to spend too much time on it. I just wanted to kind of get your thoughts on it. But to tie this all back,
your wedding was the absolute best, except for when I wasn't out there to give you guys the ring.
That's okay. So it worked out. It
gotta have a little pizzazz. That's what I'm here for half the time.
A little sprinkle a little bit of. But no, to tie this all in, I completely agree with you. I think that it's not about accommodating others. Even when we saw our brother kind of just get married recently,
Yeah.
and it was so beautiful. It was beautiful. But the biggest thing was surrounding who are you gonna invite? Who are you not gonna invite?
Yeah.
That's a lot of work. And
that is
and you don't it's a lot of work.
Yeah. The invitation is like 95% of the stress of the wedding. Like if you don't just have even if you do have an endless budget, I still believe marriage is sacred. So I don't know. Even if I
feel
had
you endless amount. I don't want everybody because
still,
everybody ain't rooting for me. Everybody
I
ain't rooting for your success.
still wouldn't want everybody
I
at
only
my
want
wedding.
those at my wedding who are rooting for my success. But to tie this all in to what we were just talking about prior to the whole wedding, and if people want to get married, you know, if marriage is still the goal, I'm rooting. I firmly believe that my marriage is going to work. However, if for any reason, under any circumstance, I ain't doing it no more. You can count me out, baby. You can count me out.
You said fool. You hear the George Bush? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, you ain't gonna fool me again.
Fool me again now. You can't point it. No, buddy. You just call that a wrap, okay? I ain't gonna do that no more. But I mean, listen, marriage is beautiful. Single life is beautiful. I've lived both sides of the spectrum. What you say? It's a lot of work, and was like that for my parents as well. Marrying our pastor's son, whose father knew a lot of people. Ooh, yeah. Oh, buddy, you had what you say?
Let's go in. Let's go in
on the men too. Oh, okay, Janice. I know you're gonna go in on the men too. They ain't getting no slack. They ain't doing no slack. No, but it's a beautiful thing. I know we got a few more minutes. I don't know if you want to try to touch on the last thing. It's all kind of related to relationships.
I think we can squeeze it in. I mean, we can rock it for another few minutes.
Okay.
She said, "Let go." I mean, he said,
"Let go."
So, do you want to play the thing? Okay.
We probably don't have time.
Or you want to give us? How long is it? It was under a minute, wasn't it?
Oh, was it?
Or I don't have to play the whole thing because I didn't play the whole one of the last thing. Let me just maybe play a little bit.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
One more topic, y'all.
One more topic.
Dating websites really, really work. I would like to say.
Have you tried that? Have you tried one yet?
Man, Brittany, come on, man.
I have not done that yet.
Oh, you about to do For the Love of La La show?
I hear a lot that Match.com and these dating websites really, really work. I would like to say.
Have you tried that? Have you tried one yet?
Man, Brittany, come on, man.
I have not done that yet.
Oh, you about to do For the Love of La La show?
Wait. Let me say something.
You not tried it yet?
I want to speak from a somewhat personal experience.
Okay.
My dad met his wife on plentyoffish.com.
I'll just stop it right there.
How's the dating apps going? Okay, that's the only question I want to pose. And those out there, have y'all been on dating apps, and what was your experience?
Yeah, y'all, I have to know if you all have. I can like leave the comment private, not put it on the thing page, but I would love to know, and I'll give like a quick little thing. So before I was married, absolutely not. I never considered it. It was just, meet people in the streets, at school, whatever. Okay. I've heard most people use them to hook up, but I don't know personally. That is something that I actually do agree with, though. Since I've been divorced, I was like, okay, when I was in my 20s, I was so saved, and thank God for that. I needed that as a foundation, but saved in a more religious way, like just I didn't think to date. It was out every person I dated. It was more like, is this somebody that I should be considering marrying? So when after I got divorced, and I told you all, I saw some of my friends get right back into relationships. I was like, I really want to just try to see, like, I feel more responsible. I trust myself to, not get in crazy situations or just be silly over some, guy that is nice.
Yeah.
I just want to date, like, see how I am, just out here, just date, have a good time. Why are you laughing?
Just something came up, and just when they get to me, just remember that laugh, and I'm gonna tell you.
Gotcha.
Inside
Gotcha. Okay. So I was dating. So I used dating apps. One of my best friends was like, "Girl, you should get on. You should get on Hinge,
Don't
child,
oh.
And then Bumble. Then Bumble. So I did Bumble for 2 days. Got off of that because I just was like, it was a lot of. Okay, I'm not gonna say that. So it was.
Okay.
It was. I am not picky.
You trying to find words, okay?
But I do prefer a certain ethnicity, and I wasn't. I don't know why. I don't know why, but I was really getting like variety, very much diversity down to the Bumble, very much diversity down to the Bumble, and men that were like they were like kids, established. I'll say established and of other persuasions, and I was like, okay, hey, how y'all doing? But okay, I'm just trying to have fun. Y'all seem like y'all want to step
y'all trying to
the baby.
Okay,
I'm not there yet. I'm just having a little fun. So then I got on Hinge. Hinge actually had been really fun, and I was on there for like 3 weeks the first time. Met a batch. Then I deleted it for a very long time.
A batch.
I deleted it for a long time. Then I was on it again for like 2 to 3 months. And I was like, okay, let me just see. So I met, some other folks. And honestly, that's why I go back to I think 85% of dudes really do want to be married, because even the dudes down to the Bumble and Hinge I don't know the mind of a man. I mean, I don't know, but I don't feel like I was giving off vibes like, yeah, I'm looking for you to marry me. Like if you're not talking marriage, we're not talking about nothing. And they were talking marriage.
That's interesting though. Do you think that men they think that women want that on these dating apps, and they just say that to get you interested because they think that's what you think? They really
I think
going head on.
They want marriage. They want marriage. Wow. They want to be married, Nisa. They really do. What dude that you know? Do you even? I only know one man in my life, period, that is like, I don't have to be married, and even they're open to it.
We know that. We know that one person.
Yeah, we know that only one, and I know tons of guys. Every other guy that I know wants to be married. Like,
that's
wants
true.
to be married, and it's not a secret.
That is true. Okay,
but I actually know women who are like, multiple women who are like, I could take it or leave it.
Okay, so let me tell you about mine.
There you go.
Of course, this was before I met my what did it say? But dudes know when they meet a woman with Bam,
I think it's a good outlet for the busy women. You definitely have more options, but you rarely meet people. That's real. That's real, cuz
that's a real good.
That's why I think. Sorry, sis.
No, go.
I'm drinking.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I'm sober.
Chatty Cathy. I do think that dating apps are good for like a woman on the go, especially with COVID. Like I got divorced during COVID. So we was inside. We was inside
for real.
Yeah, we was inside. So I'm literally became single in a pandemic, trying to meet people, and it's like, how am I? I would. Part of me prefers the dating apps over.
What? Who said what? Who said what? Thank you, buddy. I haven't said it all day. I haven't said it the whole time. Somebody had to do the punchline. Bump, bump, bump. Thank you.
Not you two,
for sharing my one joke that I have every single episode, and I ain't even doing this episode. That's because I
don't even want to say anything else. I'm done talking.
I'm sober.
I'm done. I don't want to say anything else. I'm done.
But look, let me tell you. Let me just say, before I met Nikki had a really good point. Let me tell you why. Because before I met my husband, I of course had been single. I had been dating. And then all of a sudden my life was super, super duper busy. At that point, I was working full time and I was in school full time. And I absolutely had zero time to just be like, oh, I'm gonna just meet people like the old fashioned way, right? The first time, gonna end up on Catfish. The first time I decided to get on a dating app, again, this is when I was single before I met my husband. And luckily, I didn't meet my husband on a dating app. But the first time I got on a dating app, it was Plenty of Fish. It was so overwhelming, y'all. I had to shut it down after like 2 or 3 days. It was so overwhelming. I was like, okay, there's no way that I can. But let me tell you a funny story. So there was this guy, because I was starting conversations, just trying to get out there. There was this guy that I started speaking to via, of course, messaging. And he's like, you look familiar. I was like, how do I? He's like, did you used to go to Vision for Souls back in the day? Used to be an old member at the Brick Church at Vision for Souls. I immediately logged off and gave it because I was like, oh no. And as soon as he started talking about, I'm gonna tell you afterwards because I can't say it on here. As soon as he started talking about like all the people he knew, and then I was looking closer and he was talking, and I was like, oh my God, I do know who you are. Would have never known. I was like, okay, now I gotta log off because I don't want you telling your folks I'm out here on Plenty. It was so weird. But I did meet. I met some people, which wasn't good. I mean, I went on a couple of dates, but I don't feel like they were like. I don't know if people were kind of looking to just hook up, but I definitely I did have a few that were like, okay, yeah, the end goal was marriage. One in particular, I'll be here, buddy, I'll be here. That's an inside joke. I'll be here.
What is going on in our lives?
It's been wild. It was a wild roller coaster before your girl was snatched up off these streets. I ain't in these streets no more. Old schoolmates, church members, it's everybody on them dating apps.
They on there, man.
Everybody on them dating apps. But I thankfully I didn't have a pleasant experience on them. But Lala was saying that her father met a woman that lived in England off of Plenty of Fish, and he moved to England. They got married, and she happened to be a millionaire.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I know, like, I've been to 2 weddings of people that were met online.
Wow.
One they met on Plenty of Fish, and one I don't actually know where they met. I think it was like on Facebook, on social media.
Christian mingles.
Okay, well, no, not that one. So I think it can work. I do think that a lot of times people it's like fast paced, and you can kind of but once you kind of meet a person and you're like, oh, whoa, you're actually cool, I have a good time, and then you keep. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, like, I feel like I've met some really cool people where I'm like, cool. we dating like for a long time. And it's just like, I mean, I don't know that I'm in a place where I would, I don't know where I'm at right now as far as wanting to commit fully, but
yeah,
I'd be like, oh yeah,
don't do it, girl. Cool. Don't do it.
This one or the other, they ready to smash or get married. You gotta tell your story. Do you think so, Nikki? I think there's an in between. Is it?
You think there's an in between that just want to date and just have a good time?
Cause that's me. I'm open.
I think that.
What do you mean?
I took that as she was saying men. I don't know. That was being.
So
biased,
you don't think men men can be on the in between? I don't know, y'all. Some
I do
guys,
think
let us
so.
know. What?
I do think so. I think so. I
Yeah.
mean, but maybe you're just not. Maybe they're just not the ones that are really. I don't know.
Do
I
you
don't
think
know.
we as women just get impatient and we're like, okay, you're not
Because we
giving
know
me
what we're
this, you're
looking
not
for,
giving
we
me
know what
that,
we
you're not giving
want.
me this, so
I think that could be.
I
That's what I
kind of
was kind of
feel.
saying. I don't know because I'm like,
No,
maybe
what,
we're.
Kev? No,
What's
no, there's
wrong,
no in
Kev?
between with guys, or no, yes,
Tell us,
there is.
Kev,
Like,
more.
tell us. I need to know.
Say
Like, is there in
more words.
betweens? Yes, please
Say
say more words.
more words.
We can be on the in. I think so too, cuz I think so. I feel like I've
Oh,
met guys that are on the in between. They just looking for the. We all just looking for the one.
we all looking for love, baby.
You know what I'm
We all
saying?
looking for
So
love.
I kind of do think guys can be on the in between. It's like, look, I will have fun. I'm not just gonna be like a nun or a monk
And
while I'm
listen,
looking for
don't
the one.
listen to me, but it's
All
some
right.
women out there that ain't about diddly squat either, because they just out there swiping right so they can get them a free meal. They probably, you know what? I ain't gonna say that. That was me. I'm not even drinking. I'm sober, and I
She
was about to say
is.
something
She's
real.
so.
I ain't gonna say it, but no, it's some women out
Telepathic
there.
to me. Send it to me through
Hmm.
telepathy so I can say it.
No,
Okay,
don't. No, I don't want you to say
okay,
it. I don't
okay.
want
She
you to
said
say it.
don't
I
say
was
it. I'm not gonna say it.
no, but it's bad.
Oh,
It could be some good and bad on both ends, women, men. And I think the dating scene, and we can wrap it up, but I do think
yeah.
it might be a difference in with the dating scene here in Atlanta, because everything is
Mm,
so glorified
I've
as far
heard
as
that.
the, you know what I mean. I saw somebody recently post everybody in Atlanta. Um,
That's the
thank
way to
God we
snatch them up.
can. That's what it is,
That
Nikki.
must be what it is.
That's what it
Okay,
is.
yo, seriously, and I'm a decent cook, but I don't know if people just be lying, but I've cooked for like like some people. Every time it's like, will you marry me? I'm like, I
Have you
made
seen? I'm gonna send
broccoli.
you that. I'm gonna send you that
Please leave me
post
alone.
because
No, go.
listen, it was a post where a man was like, "Yeah, baby, I ain't really looking for nothing too serious," and he like, "Yeah, we could just kick it," and then she put a plate of food in his face, and then he started eating. He be like, "You cooking?" And he be like, "Yeah, So like I was saying, I think it's time for us to like settle down." And
That's so true.
that's
It
exactly
really
how it
happens
be.
like that. It really
Hey,
happens like that,
that's how
yo.
I got Mike. That's how I got Mike.
I can believe it. When I made them oxtails, Mike was like, "Sis, I ain't made them oxtails since because I ain't ready for that. I ain't made them oxtails since because I ain't ready for nothing like that."
If you make some
I'm like,
oxtails for one of
I
them,
can't make them oxtails.
girl, they're gonna be at your door. Beck and call, okay?
Woo!
No, that
No,
was fun. That was
oh
fun.
low ain't there yet. Oh, okay, so that's it, y'all. Oh,
Yeah. Ooh.
oxtails. Oh, wait.
Check.
Okay, single women in Atlanta got it bad. I think with the excess of.
Okay, that's not a conversation
Okay,
I
it's not.
want to have.
Oh,
Mm-mm. Okay, you tell me.
it is a thing though. I
It's
want y'all to know
absolutely a
it's a thing.
thing. Listen,
It's a thing, y'all.
and listen, I am
Me, me,
for.
and me and my cousin that's single, and we be talking. We literally have to like show show text messages like, girl, you think is he fluid? Like, what is it giving?
What's
Like,
up?
it's so
And
hard
to
to
each his
tell.
own.
I love it. I just want to know.
Love it, but I want to know for me. And
Yeah.
it's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day.
Ain't no problem.
I
That ain't
want to
no
talk about
problem.
that.
No, that ain't no problem. No.
No, I want to talk about
Mm.
that. I think that's a really absolutely
It's yeah.
100%.
Oh
But
yeah.
I think that's a really good conversation
It
to
is
have,
really
because
good. Yeah.
I know I have some experiences with that as well, and I would love to
Mm,
share, kind
yeah.
of my thought on that. I think that's a good topic.
This is a topic. Okay. So before we get too far, hmm, I wonder if I should say this. I am drinking wine, y'all, but I sing in a gospel group. You know what I'm saying? And we got a song coming out tomorrow. So y'all go download load that.
Yay! What's the
This
name of it?
this my label mate. What do you call it? Group mate. We sing in the group. We sing in the group together. Our group
Kevin
is called
sang
Fresh Start. Should I say? Hopefully this not bad for the brand. We just regular people, even though we love the Lord.
No, Jesus drank wine.
We drink
What are
wine
you talking
every
about?
day. Sometimes we get divorced. You know what I'm saying?
Come on,
So yes, our song is coming out tomorrow on all streaming platforms. Tomorrow being January 27th. It's called Excellent. The name of the song is called Excellent Fresh Start Worship. Y'all can download that on every single streaming platform. Get that.
I'm so happy for you guys. Is that the one with that y'all did the little video for as well?
This is a new one. So that was
y'all
that was
just
our
out
last
here.
single. Got another thing coming for you. All right.
And congratulations.
Lastly, thank you, sis. Is today Zay's B-Day? Tomorrow's Zay's B-Day?
Oh, happy birthday, baby!
His hair. Anita Joanna.
And yesterday was our cousin B's birthday. Velvet's birthday.
Yes!
Shout out to Velvet. Happy birthday. Happy belated birthday.
That's and awesome. To our cousin Chris. Her birthday was earlier this month. We love you.
Yay,
and so was our other aunt and grandmom. Her birthday is January
5th. Rest in peace, Willie Mae Kaya. Oh,
love y'all.
Miss that woman.
And lastly, before we go, we got away from this in the new year because we just have been talking so much. But we want to highlight our sister. Our brother's married. Our brother got married last year in April, and we gained a sister. So now
sister
it's
in love.
Yes, now it's 3 Myers women in the world. Y'all watch out.
No.
She came out.
And don't listen to us, okay?
Don't y'all do that.
But listen to Lauren right now. Yeah, listen.
She came out with a lip gloss line. Our sister, her name is Miracle. This is her website. Y'all make sure I ordered mine. I'm gonna show y'all. It's Glitz of Miracle.
Oh, I love it.
This is mine. I ordered. It's so cute. The little package that it comes in is glitter. She's gonna come out with multiple different glosses. So this is just the first of several different glosses. I don't love I feel like I got some soup coolers, so I really don't be having like a lip color. Really? So this to me it's kind of perfect because it's just like a clear, but it's got a little pizzazz, so it's not like too much. I have it on right now. I'm gonna reapply. It's super smooth, silky,
and it's so affordable. I'm about to buy like 5 of them.
Yes, get y'all a few. It feels so good too. Like I hate feeling like my lip gloss is not also moisturizing my lips. Okay. You and Kwanyan, y'all go. No. But it really feels like moisturizing as well as like glossifying. You feel me? And it's got the little like glitter in it too. So it's nice. Y'all make sure y'all go come up here. Y'all better come up here and get you one of these.
And get your lip gloss popping, as Lauren said.
Get you one of these. So
I just
we love
mine.
You, sis. Yay! So y'all go ahead and order y'all's pass the word. All of that.
We appreciate y'all hanging in there with us tonight. We went over a little overtime, but it's because we had such good conversation with y'all. Y'all so fun.
Y'all so fun. So make sure y'all. I haven't been on the Instagram lately, but make sure y'all go follow my sis. Follow my page. DM us. If y'all have like topics that you want to discuss, in the weeks to come.
Or text us if you got our number.
Or text us, y'all all know it. So just shoot us a text. Let us know what y'all want to talk about. We would love for y'all to, chime more in on the conversation. And, any suggestions or any businesses that you want to highlight if you all have businesses. Yes. I know our cousin got a candle and fragrance
entrepreneurs.
Nikki got the candles and the fragrance. Chris got the
The
personalization.
yes.
Kev does mobile car detailing. Like everybody,
Yeah.
some of our family got podcasts and just everything. So make sure y'all send us y'all official pages and how people can get in touch with you and support your business. We definitely want to highlight that.
Absolutely.
Oh, and you already know SB Boutique. We already put you on. We already
put you on, guys.
We already highlighted it.
Oh, well,
Sis,
that's a wrap. Y'all know what I got to do. I got to leave y'all with a little word of advice. Not really a word of advice, just a little, quote of the day, quote of the week, we'll say. All right. Well, happily ever after is not a fairy tale. It's a choice. Boom. That's from Fawn Weaver. It's a choice, y'all. Stay blessed, black, and highly favored.
bye, y'all.
Bye.